So my savannah is frozen and my food is so hot that it's steaming. So I am going to try and defrost my savannah with the steam because science, If you did science, you understand what I'm doing. If you don't understand what I'm doing, you didn't do science. If you think you did do science, it wasn't the actual science that you think you did. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another episode of Story Times. I think I'm gonna make I never know what to title my videos, so I think I'm gonna title the Story Time because there's a story within. Before I even get to it, first of all, I'm having a seafood boil from Dash Kitchen. It's so heavy, guys. It's so much food. It is so much food. Wait, let me pause for what you call that thing. Anyway, so today I have so many disclaimers before I even get to the story. Disclaimer number one, you guys enjoyed this background, so I made things happen for it to happen again because you guys know in African culture into mnandi yaphindwa, so siyayiphinda. Second disclaimer, I know I have short nails for once. This is like my life, but I mean this is not my life. But I was trying to hlanganisa something really quick because I wanted to record for you guys and my nails looked horrible, so I had to make a plan. Number three, this food smells really good also while I think about number three. Number three, So number three is that in the story, okay, there's a Q&A that I once did. I'm sorry if the food is steaming, guys. It's really hot. There's a Q&A that I did where somebody had asked me, have I ever been in an abusive relationship? And I said yes. And then I had said that I would do a story time about it, but I just never really got to it because there was so many other videos that I wanted to get out. So I finally I think somebody commented on one of my story times, like, you said you're gonna do it, like, when are you gonna do it? That and the COVID story time. So I thought today, let me just tell you guys about the abusive relationship. 3.1, I think this is point 3. 3.1, I'm not bashing anyone. If you feel bashed, then you probably need to seek counseling and do something about it. No, I'm joking. If you feel bashed, I'm sorry, but I did not use your real name. Guys, you know the guy that I want to tell you guys about? Okay, I'm rambling. One thing I asked from you guys, in the comments, please, there's one thing, we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna tell you guys in detail everything that happened. If this is a trigger for you, if abuse is a trigger for you, I suggest you stop watching this video right now. That's one. I'm going to get into detail about the whole abuse in the relationship, and I'm going to be very specific. Two, I am not insensitive about it. But I am going to say it in a semi-jokey manner, the way I tell stories, you understand? I'm going to continue doing that because that is me. That is how I tell my stories. One. Two, it doesn't bother me anymore. It doesn't hurt me anymore. So I don't see a point in crying about it. And some people might see that as me being insensitive or whatnot, and I'm not. It was a very serious thing for me, and it hurts me very much, but I got over it. And I tell it like I would tell any other story about how a guy broke my heart type of thing. And then in the comments, one thing I ask of you guys is, please do not say, I'm sorry this happened to you. That's all I ask. You guys can comment anything, you can ask anything, but one thing, please don't say, I'm sorry this happened to you. I don't know why, but I really, really hate that statement. And it makes me feel like a victim, of which I'm not. No, sir, not me. yeah, please don't say I'm sorry this happened to you. And I just want to assure you guys that I'm okay. This happened 2017, so 4 years ago. So I'm over it. Okay, I'm telling the story. If it still hurt me, I wouldn't tell you guys the story. Like, I would keep it to myself. You understand? I wouldn't let the world in on that part of me. If what is going on with my hair, this other side is like this, and this other side. Anyway, yeah. So that's what. That's what I wanted to get out. I'm hungry and I keep talking instead of eating. Ending in lambile. What else did I want to disclose before I get into the video? That I have made a story time about before. I won't specify who it is. You guys will catch on, and please don't write in the comments who it actually is. One, because this guy, ever since I did that video about him, I don't know why he's not ashamed. I don't know why he's not embarrassed. He should be embarrassed. He's embarrassing. He like screenshots my videos and then posts it on my crazy ex. Like, he's proud of the things that he did. But anyway, so I for that reason, I won't specify who he is. But you guys will figure it out along the lines. So let's get into the video. But anyway, okay, so let me tell you guys how this video is going to go. I'm first going to tell you like what happened, all the incidents, because there was only 3 that were physical. The dogs have started. Oh Jesus, here we go. There were only 3 incidences that were physical. So those are the 3 that I will go into detail with what happened and whatnot. And then after that, I'm going to tell you guys how I dealt with it, how I got over it. And then I'm just going to have a young girl's talking about toxic, abusive relationships. Now, it's a 3-part video. I think this guy and I started dating 2016. I'm not sure. But the abuse started in 2017. Okay. I knew that like he had certain insecurities and whatnot. Because obviously during the talking stage, a person tells you like, well, most people, some don't. Those need some help. If you don't tell people your issues and your triggers and whatnot, stop doing that. Let people know so that they can decide if they want to be with you or not. Anyway, so okay, told me like his insecurities, that he's scared that like when he's in a relationship, he's scared that his girl is going to leave him, you understand, or is going to cheat on him or whatever. And okay, whatever. I wanted to say in one of the disclaimers that the reason why I'm doing a mukbang of this video is because I want to keep myself busy. Like, I don't want to focus on what I'm saying, you understand? So I want to keep myself busy while I'm talking. Okay, cool. So, okay, the first incident, guy stayed at a complex. So he was on the ground level, right? His apartment was on the ground level. So the complex was in a way where the apartments were not, they didn't have yards, you understand? So whoever could just walk past your window or whatever, you understand? So his window opened out to the parking lot, right? So he had a friend in the complex. I'm going to name him Richard. His name is Richard. So, boyfriend, what do we name him? I wanted to name him Batista for obvious reasons. but Batista's my favorite wrestler, so I don't know what to name him now. Rey Mysterio. I'll call him Rey Mysterio. Oh, Rey Mysterio, my boyfriend. His friend is Richard. Ne? Hope you guys are keeping up. So they smoked weed. I don't smoke weed because it makes me faint. Another story for another day. I'll get into that some other day. So Richard came over to smoke weed with Rey Mysterio. You understand? So when they smoked weed, they always smoked outside. But on this day, Rey Mysterio is like, no, it's cold outside, so we'll smoke through the window. So they were smoking through. Rey Mysterio was inside the house, and Richard was outside the house. You understand? So they are by the window. Cool. I'm chilling in the room as well, and we're all just having a conversation. The three of us, we're all literally just having a conversation, guys. You know, when I say it's a conversation, it's not even anything weird. Like, we would talk, and maybe Richard would say something like, yo, it's so cold outside, ne, guys? And we'd both be like, yeah, I know, it's been cold. So it was like a three-way conversation, you understand? So Richard, I don't know, not Richard, Rey Mysterio stands up from the corner of the bed where he was sitting and goes in the room to do something. So I had been standing, so I just decided to sit down where he had stood up from, you understand? So now he comes back to sit, and he sits next to me. So now I am in between them. Do you understand? I am in between Richard, who is outside the window, and Rey Mysterio, who is sitting on the bed next to me. You understand? I hope you guys are understanding. Okay, so we're chatting, guys. You know when I say there's nothing funny? Like, that's hot. Ooh. That was hot. You know when I say there's nothing funny? Like, we're all just having like a nice chilled conversation, right? Okay. Rey Mysterio is smoking. Ne? It's his turn. He has the blunt now, right? He's smoking, and then he's like, sorry. Richard is like, yo, please pass me the blunt, yabo. At this particular juncture, Richard, not Rey Mysterio, has the blunt, right? Richard is outside. So as Rey Mysterio is smoking the blunt, he's right next to me. We are having a conversation. I'm sorry, guys, that I keep repeating, but like, it's important that you guys get the specifics right. You understand? Me and my boyfriend, we are talking, and he's smoking, right? So we're having a conversation. We're talking. So Richard outside is like, yo, please pass me the blunt. You understand? So I take out my hand like this, and then Rey Mysterio gives me the blunt, and then I pass it and I give it to Richard. After giving the blunt to Richard, I immediately turn back, get back to our conversation. So when I turn back, I'm like, yeah, you were saying? I'm going to changes. He's like, never mind. I'm like, oh, mood. Oh, because he was a moody guy, you understand? So he's just like, never mind. I'm like, yo, here we go. I'm going to be begging the whole day. But anyway, I was like, okay. I can't obviously like talk to him when his friend is here, so I'll wait for his friend to leave, and then I'll be like, what's wrong? Like, what's switched up? You understand? Cool. He's moody the whole time. He's moody, and his friend sees that the mood has changed here. His friend's like, okay, sure, Bafetu, I'll see you guys later. He vibes. Cool. It's just me and him now. So the whole day, man, like, he wasn't talking to me. He was just like really mad. You understand? And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, I came to your house to visit you, and your mood is not okay. Do I stay? Do I leave? Do I ask you what's going on? Because like, you're not saying anything, and I am confused. I'm confused. Oh my gosh, my closure looks so nice. I must tell you guys, my friend Sureta, she's a makeup artist, and she has a wig business. I wanted to pluck my wig, and she taught me how to do it over WhatsApp, guys, and I think it came out nice. For a first timer, I think it's really nice. But anyway, I'm sorry. So the whole day he doesn't talk to me and whatever, so I'm trying to like initiate conversation, but it's not working. And I was like, okay, you know what, he will talk to me when he's fine. Let me stop forcing him. Cool. Late, around 7, I go to the bathroom. I close the door behind me, but I don't lock it. But there's a key at the back of the door. I don't lock it. Comes in the bathroom after me. He follows me, gets into the bathroom. So I look at him. I'm thinking maybe he's coming to fetch something from the bathroom, or he's coming to do something. I didn't think that he's coming to me because he hasn't been talking to me. You understand? Comes to me and he stands. I'm sitting on the toilet. He stands and he looks at me. And I'm just like... And he's like, what is your problem? I'm like, with what? And he's like, do you want to be with Richard? You have a crush on Richard. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I was having a conversation with you and you decided to pay attention to him while I was talking to you. I'm like, he was asking for the blunt, bro. Is that why you're mad? He's like, yeah, even if he was asking for the blunt, he could have waited. I am your boyfriend, not him. You should have focused on me and not on him. I'm like, hey, Colin. Are you serious? You mad at me looking at somebody for a split second to give them something that they are asking for, that you invited them to come do, and I turn around and look back at you and you are mad for that split second. Yo. I'm like to him, is that why you've been moody all day? Like, don't call me moody. I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe this was like 4 or 5 months into our relationship. And yes, he's been mad at me before, but he's never gotten violent or anything. Nah. He's like, don't say I'm moody. I'm like, eh. So when I say, eh, he's like, what's that? I'm like, guys, what's going on? I'm like to him, no, like, I'm just shocked. He's like, shocked at what? So I explained to him that, no, this is your friend. 1. 2, you invited him to come smoke. So I go through the whole thing. That like, where did I go wrong? You understand? As I'm doing this, I'm flushing the toilet. The minute I flush the toilet, I turn around. I get up still talking the whole time. But I don't understand. Why would you I'm busy. So when I turn to look at him, guys, he pushes me against the wall, the bathroom wall. He pushes me against the wall and he pins me on the wall like this. And he was like a fairly buff guy. He was a rugby player. Course, niggas. He pushes me against the wall, right? When he pushes me against the wall, now I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I shouldn't swear. I'm like, what's going on? So now I'm scared. And it was before I gained weight. So I was like a really, really, really tiny person. And this big guy is pinning me against the wall, you understand? So I'm like this. I'm pinned against the wall. I'm looking at him. And he's like, oh, do you still have something to say now? I'm like, Tika as a judge koch. That's all films in window. I look at him and he was like, yeah, I guess you don't have anything to say now, do you? I'm like, until you're sure me But like, so you don't have anything to say now, do you? So I'm still shocked. That are you what? Wait, backstory. In high school, right? In high school, whenever like a friend of mine were to tell me that their boyfriend did this or whatever, I would be the big mouth. I would always be like, I wish a nigga would. I wish a nigga would touch me. I'll show them. I want to show them. I wish a nigga could put their hands on me. They would be buried that day. You understand? I was Mrs. Big Mouth. Now that it's happening to me, I'm like, okay. I'm against the wall. And he's looking at me like, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, are you expecting me to respond? Or like, you know? But like, I'm so shocked. I'm like, and when he asked like 3 times the same question, are you going to say anything now? Are you going to say anything now? And I don't respond because I'm shocked. Like my body was frozen, like, what the fuck? You know when you're confident and you're just like, and then all of a sudden something happens and you're just like, right? What are you wow fact? So I was wow facted. And he's holding me like this and I'm looking at him. After the 3rd time he asked, he throws me like literally towards the toilet. So we were, you see where my phone is? That's where the toilet was. and I was against this wall, right? So I was busy on the toilet, and then he grabbed me and pinned me against the wall. And now I'm against this wall like this. And then after that, he grabbed me and pushes me back to where I was. You understand? He pushes me. I'm a lightweight. I'm skinny AF. I fall over and I look at him. I'm like, I'm in disbelief. Like, I haven't said a word because I'm so shocked. So now I'm on the floor. I'm sitting on the floor and I'm like, it's like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? I'm like, what did I call Rey Mysterio? I'm like, Rey Mysterio, what are you doing? He's like, when means what do you think I'm doing? I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. This is me in my head. But the words are not coming out of my mouth because I'm shocked. You understand? I am the most shocked Han in, okay, I can't say where he stayed, but in Gauteng province. You understand? So I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is. 1, 2, I must get out of this bathroom because I don't understand what he's doing. I have to get out of this bathroom. As I'm thinking that, he's like, Watula? Watula? That means, why are you quiet? I'm like, Ditini? Ditini Ray? Ditini? He comes and he grabs me. So I don't know what I was wearing, but he grabbed me by my clothes and he picked me up. He grabs me and he picks me up and he's like, Sutula, say something. And I'm like, I don't have anything to say. What do you say? Babe, better lani. Baby, terms on better tongue. Like, what do I say? How was your day, babe, while I'm pinned against the wall? What do I say? What would you like me to say right now? I don't understand. I don't get it. I am pinned against a wall by a nigga who's twice my size. 3 times my size. 1, 2, I'm in his house. You understand? You understand? Picks me up, he's like, say something. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm just staring at him like this. So I guess he got frustrated by the fact that I'm not saying anything when he's asking me to say something. So he pushed me back again. So I fell again. And I'm like, Jesus, I'm gonna die in this bathroom. I'm going to die in this bathroom. Because where he's standing, I have to go past him to go to the door. You understand? And I'm not trying to anger him right now because I don't understand what's going on. So I'm just sitting there looking at him, and then he comes and sits next to me. So I'm on the floor, and then he sits next to me on the toilet seat. Remember, he pushed me against the toilet, or like close to the toilet. Now he comes to sit on the toilet seat, and I'm on the floor. He sits there. He's like, yeah, when you want to chat. That's why you come here. You say you come here to visit me. You say you come here to visit me. And do you know that you are here for a chat? When for no chat, when I'm like, hi, yo, guys. I can be Richard. What UGLY. I can be Richard. Did you hear? Do you think me, I would be interested in Richard? Richard, like, yeah. And I've been seeing this thing. I've been seeing that you are very overly friendly with Richard. Dude, okay. When he comes here, I'll go lock myself in the bedroom and I won't come chill with you guys. Because clearly that is the problem. I don't think I have overstepped in any way, but now that you are raising a problem, I'm like, okay, then I'll try fix it. I won't interact with him. You understand? Yeah. So now it becomes a big thing about how that is going to be embarrassing, because how does he explain to his friend, why am I locking myself in the room? I'm like, we'll figure it out. Like, we'll figure out what to say to him. You understand? You are my friends, but I'm now the insecure. I'm like, go about the understand? Eventually I calm him down. I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep. You know? Back then, I wasn't Ubers. Okay, there was Ubers. There was Ubers. But to Uber from his house to my place in Brown was a lot of money. It was over 500 rand. I didn't have that kind of money. I was in second year. I was a student. You understand? So I used taxis to get to him. But now there are no taxis at this time. It's late. You understand? So I go to sleep. I'm like, okay, you know what? In the morning, I'm going to leave this guy. And when I leave him, I'm never coming back. Because how dare you touch me like that? Me. How dare? I go to the room. I get in bed. He goes to the living room. He watches TV and whatever. I eventually fall asleep. And it's like, but I won't cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to cry when I get to my place. I'm not going to cry now. Okay, cool. I get in bed. After like sitting with my thoughts for like a long while, I fall asleep. Okay, cool. When I wake up the next day, he's asleep. I'm like, right. I pack my shit. I'm fine. I'm leaving. I start packing. As I'm packing, he hears me. He looks at me. He's like, where are you going? I'm like, no, I'm going home. I'm going back to Bram. He's like, Aibo, you were supposed to leave. So it's a Saturday. I got there on the Friday. I think I got there on the Thursday. On the Friday, this thing happened. On the Saturday, I'm like, I'm leaving. He's like, no, you're supposed to leave on Sunday. Why are you leaving now? I'm like, no, I just have... Oh, no. He's like, why are you leaving now? Because you were supposed to leave on the Sunday. I'm like to him, why would I stay after what you did last night? Guys, hold on to your seat. You know when I say hold on to your seat or whatever, your bed, whatever, your phone, your TV, hold on, because you won't believe the words that come out of this nigga's mouth. I'm like, what makes you think I would stay after what you did last night? He's like, what did I do last night? I'm like, you hit me, Rey Mysterio. You threw me against the wall and you threw me on the floor. He's like, me? He's like, I did what? Baby, you were dreaming. Me? I'd never do that to you. Hey, guys, I kid you not. I kid you not. He's like, you must have been dreaming. I would never do that to you, baby. Me? Nah. Hey, he's like, me? I'd never. Guys, when I tell you, I was in such disbelief. I sat on the bed. I'm like, did I dream about it? Did it really happen? But like from where he grabbed me, it was still like not so, but like you could feel that, man, it's a little uncomfortable. You understand? I was like, no, but I can feel. Hey, man! Damn it. Guys, I'm so sorry about these dogs. Hey, I don't know what to do. They're not even my dogs. I can't even foot tag them. Anyway. So, I sit on the bed and I'm like, no, man, did I really dream it? But I can feel, man, he did it. I'm not crazy. Why would I dream about him beating me and I could feel it? I'm not crazy. Surely. So, I could, you know what? I'm leaving, right? I hear you say you didn't do it. I'm saying you did it. So I would rather just leave. You understand? After like a few back and forths, I left. Cool. I got to my place. I was like, what if I get into my room? My roommates are all in the house, but I didn't tell anyone. Like, they were so mad. Everybody in my life only found out like after I left the relationship. They were so mad that I didn't tell them what was going on. I get in the room, I chill, and I'm thinking, I'm thinking, what actually happened? Did it happen? Did it not happen? Like, what's going on? You understand? Okay, after some time, I'm like, no. My boyfriend who treats me so nice would never do that to me. He calls, we had like a really long conversation, and at the end, guys, you won't believe it, I believed him. I ended up believing that there's no way he could do that to me, so he didn't do it. I don't know if I dreamt it or what, but I literally was like, okay, he didn't do it. I put it aside. I never thought about it again until after the relationship, obviously. Okay, well, I did think about it during, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never brought it up again. Okay, cool. I set that aside. We continued dating. Guys, you know when I say, like, through all the relationships I've been through, if anything happens, when I go to the next relationship, I won't think, okay, I've been cheated on before, this one will cheat again, understand? So I did the same thing with him. When I decided to put that aside and continue, I literally was never scared around him or anything. Like, I literally put it aside, you understand? I will continue seeing him and whatever. And then the second time, there's a story time of mine where I told you that I caught my boyfriend in the bathroom with some Han. The Han was there visiting and I had come to surprise him. That whole story. And I told you a lot of things happened in that bathroom that I'm not ready to talk about. But then I ended up leaving. Like, I ran out and then I left. You understand? So it was that bathroom. Guys can figure out what story time it is. Please don't write it in the comments. Like, it's okay, guys. It's okay. So that day, I caught my boyfriend with someone in the house. He had a whole family gathering at his house, and he had asked me to come through, but I was busy on the Friday. The gathering was on the Friday. It was a housewarming. It was on the Friday, and I was busy on the Friday, and he understood. Like, it wasn't an argument or anything. It was okay. And I was like, on the Saturday, hey, I have nothing to do. Why don't I go see my boyfriend? So on the Saturday, I woke up and took a taxi to him. When I got close to the new place, because I didn't know where it was. When I got close to the new place, I called him and I was like, yo, like, where must I get off from the taxi? And he told me, and he came to fetch me. And we walked to his place. So he knew that I was there. Shuti, when I called, he told her that, yo, bruh, my girlfriend is coming. Stay in the bedroom. Don't leave, right? So when I got there, his whole family was happy to see me, pretentious, happy to see me, everything. And then one of his family members, I'm basically giving you a recap of the other story time. One of his family members was like, yo, bruh, don't say that you heard it from me, but go check his room. When I checked his room, I saw her and I was like, who is this? Like, she looks familiar, but I don't know who it is, you understand? And after like some time, I figured it out. But when I was figuring out, she was walking to the bathroom to go take a bath because she was gonna leave because she said that I was making her uncomfortable. Child of God. So I went into the bathroom to ask her, why are you saying that I'm making you uncomfortable when you and this guy are doing shenanigans? Like, I came here because I didn't know who she was. So when I saw her, I was so nice. I was like, oh, hi, because I thought it was like his cousin or something, like somebody, because why would she say go look in the room? You understand? And I recognized her, but I didn't know where I know her from. You understand? So I was like, oh, hi, how have you been? When did you get here? And she's like, last night. And I was like, oh, okay, it's great to see you. And she didn't respond. And then I walked out the room. You understand? When I walked out the room, when I was sitting down, I was like, no, man, this is that girl that did this and this and this and this and the other. You understand? So as I'm sitting there, she then says to the other cousin that I'm making her uncomfortable, so she's going to leave. So I was like, what the fuck? So I go, I'm like, why are you saying I'm making you uncomfortable? So somebody had alerted brothers outside that, yo, your girlfriends are fighting in the room, in the bathroom. I think you need to go check it out. They're not fighting, but they're both in there because we're fighting. He comes in and he sits on the bathtub thingy. So, oh, baby girl, by the time I got to the bathroom, she was already pouring water into the bathtub. Né? And she was by the sink, by the basin. And she was pouring water into the bathtub. When he walked in, he sat by the bathtub and she went to the other side of the sink. So between me and her is a sink, is a basin, and he's sitting opposite me on the bathtub. When he gets in, he's like, yeah, what's up? going on? And I was like, what is she doing here? And he's like, what are you doing here? And she just looked at me like, and then he looks at me and he's like, ne? Story sounds familiar. So I said to him, what? I said something that made him so angry. I said to him, I was like, don't say that to me. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? There's a girl here and you're telling me what not to say right now. And I said that. If you guys know what is a slap, you guys know what's a mpama. Not any normal one, you know the backhand. This one. This is a mpama. This is a mpama. Literally like, what? When he say what, your girl say, hey, fall. When he say what, I flew, obviously. Like, what is my body size? What is my body size? So after he slapped me, I then went to go fall in between the bathtub and the toilet. She is standing here, between the bathtub and the toilet. After he slapped me, this girl runs out. When she runs out, she doesn't run out to go ask for help. She runs out and goes sit in the room that she was in the whole time. She runs and she sits in the room, and now it's just me and him. He slaps me, I fall in between the bathtub and the thingy. The water's still running in the bathtub. I had just bought a new phone. I think it was an iPhone 6 then. iPhone 6s Plus, yes. I just bought a new phone and I had a new wig on. You understand? Please listen to your stupid friend. So, as he slaps me, he stands up and he comes to me. When he comes to me, I am trying to stand up. And he decides, let me help her. She's struggling to stand. So why, as a gentleman, am I going to let her struggle to stand? Let me help her. He holds me here to help me up. Thanks. He holds me here and he helps me stand. So now I'm being strangled. When he helps me stand, he then pushes me into the water. He's trying to push me into the water, but I'm fighting. You understand? Like, I'm struggling, and he's like pushing me into the water. I'm so sorry for the horrible imagery, guys, but I did say I was going to go into specifics. Pushes me, and now I'm holding my new wig like this because I don't want it to get wet. I have my priorities. I don't want my weave to get wet. So I'm holding it like this. And in Apa, I'm holding my phone because I don't want my phone to fall in the water. It's new. Excuse me. It's new. So I'm holding my phone. I'm holding my weave. So my hands are both occupied. My neck is free game. So I'm just there and he's pushing me in. And I'm trying to fight. He's trying to push me in the water. Keep in mind, if I go in the water, I am going to go like facing like this. So the water's going to go into my nose. First of all, that's death. Sounds like death to me. I'm trying to die. So as he's doing that, I'm trying to fight, and it's not working. It is not working. He eventually lets me go. I don't know why, but he lets me go and he sits on the toilet seat. When he sits on the toilet seat, he's like, why do you make me do this to you? Or something like that. Like, why do you make me do this to you? The minute he let go, me, I was like, I don't have time for stories. I don't have time for a story time right now. I'm not going to try to hear you out. I'm not going to tell you why I made you do this. I'm out. I ran out that bathroom, guys. I ran out that bathroom with speed. When I say speed, as I ran out, his family doesn't know what's going on. They just know that I went into the bathroom with a baby girl. So I think they probably wanted like the scoop. So they're like, Haibo Oisa. You know, Usain Bolt had nothing on me that day. Out. Hack. Gone. Okay. I think in that story time, I had said that I took a taxi and I left. Obviously, I couldn't get into specifics because I didn't want to talk about it. But anyway, I ran to the streets and I realized I left my bag. Inside and it has money. How am I going to get to Joburg without money? Oh, that my bag has my house keys, my everything. So I found a random street and I sat down and I was thinking about my life. I was trying to figure, do I go back or do I just sit? Do I wing it? I don't know what to do. So I sat down. So Shoguti, he left and he went looking for me and he eventually found me. It was an estate, so the streets were very few. He found me and he came and sat next to me. When he sat next to me, he's like, why did you leave? I'm like, babe, why did you leave? I'm a joke. No, I'm definitely a joke. We now start having a conversation about what just happened. I'm like, why do you keep hitting me? Like, why do you keep grabbing me and doing all of that stuff? So we start getting into a conversation. Well, mostly him. So there's a sensitive topic about his life and he just started speaking about that. Manipulation. Because he knew that the minute he started talking about that, I would forget about what has just happened and I'd be there for him. Now he starts crying. Now I'm there consoling because he's crying. I'm busy rubbing back, sore. The time my cheek is throbbing because the mpama that I got. But I'm busy, sore. Oh! To go is to see, if I tell you. Okay, fair. Convinces me that he's like, I'm getting cold, let's go back to the house. I'm like, okay. Get in the house. When you get in the house, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna vibe. Like, why are you leaving? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, I just came to check out the house, but it's getting late, I have to leave. In my head, I was like, I'm done with this boy. Like, I'm going to block him because how dare you touch me like that again? I leave. When I get home, he calls me. Did you arrive safely? I'm like, yeah, I did. Thank you. I know, guys, I'm not eating much, but I'm getting riled up. He's like, oh, thank you for coming through. I'm like, why did you slap me? Why did you slap me? Why did you try to drown me? He's like, but it's not fine. Because I said, guys. But it's not fine. He's like, me? I did what? I did not slap you and I did not try to drown you. Me? I'm like, not again. He's like, me? I did not do any of that. I'm like, there is no way this man is doing this to me again and I'm going to fall for it. There's no way he's going to gaslight me like this and make me look like I'm crazy to myself. Because I know I'm not crazy. So how dare you make me look crazy to myself? No. And I tell you, by the end of that call, all was forgiven. Don't judge me. I've judged myself is enough. I've done enough judging for the whole of Sichaba of world map. What's it called? The world, the universe, whatever. But I've done enough judging. You know, like, yo, guys, I'm gonna tell you, when he picked me up off my neck, it was so sore. I couldn't swallow for like 2 days. Couldn't swallow. I couldn't do anything. I could talk, obviously, but like, it was so painful to swallow for 2 days. I remember I went home. I got to Bram. I picked up a few things. I went home because I was like, what the fuck? I went home. When I got home, so my mom knows my favorite meal, right? It's itubai. Other people call it isopu. I don't know how to explain it in English except for saying that it's wet sam, but it's really nice. It's a Xhosa dish. So My mom just makes it Dubai when I'm not okay. So I got home and she's so good, man. Something's wrong. She went and bought fresh mealy. Excuse me. She went and bought fresh mealy and she did it Dubai. So I can smell it and I'm like, oh my god, fuck, I can't eat it. She dishes up and I asked my brother, I'm like to him, please go buy me amacheo. My brother's like, but ma made it Dubai. What do you mean you want amacheo? And I'm like, bruh, just please buy me amacheo. And he's like, okay. He went to go get me amacheo. I drank it. And then my mom is like, Aibo, why didn't you eat? And I'm like, no, I just don't have an appetite. And she's like, okay. So like months later, after our breakup, when I was like telling her everything that had happened, she was like, she cried. When I told her what happened, she cried. And she's like, bruh, I have never, ever done any of those things to you for you to let a man do all those things to you. How dare he? Like, she wanted to know who he is and whatnot. And I had to be like, nah, bruh, like, relax. I think the third incident, I shouldn't really get into it because I don't think I should like get into like the third incident because it's going to jumpy up who he is, and I'm not trying to have people come at me. Like, I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. My soul is tired. But yeah, I'm not gonna tell you guys about the third incident. I am so sorry. I know I said I was going to. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if I have triggered anyone. It was not my intention. I am so sorry. One, two, how did I deal with it? I want to tell you guys, like, through all the beatings and all the cheatings, all the financial abuse, everything that he had done to me, I forgave. You realize I forgave. And then this one day I called him and he didn't answer the phone once. After that, I was like, I'm done. Like, that's literally all it took. I stood for everything that he had done, but all it took for me to be like, this is the last straw, was him not answering his phone once. When he called me back, I was like, I'm done, bro. He's like, hi, bro, I was busy. I'm like, I don't care, damn. I was like, I'm done. And I think it was a build up of like everything. You understand? How did I deal with it? I think genuinely I am a person who gets over things really quickly. I forgive a lot of nonsense, and when I forgive, like, I forget things very easily. It takes long for me to forgive, but I forget very easily. So I think when I was like done with him, I was like, okay, I need help. Like, I need to see a psychologist to get through this. And I am studying psychology, you understand? So I had that mentality that it's not bothering me now. Like, I don't care about it now, but it might in the future. So let me like just nip it in the bud and go like talk to someone. And that's how I ended up telling my mom, because I wanted to see a psychologist and I was telling her what for. So yeah, therapy did help, and friends, because I eventually like told all my friends. They were very mad at me for like not speaking up during the relationship because they felt guilty for being friendly to him when they'd see him, you understand? And I was like, right, it wasn't their fault at all. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't my fault either. It was all his fault, because I did not deserve any of the things he did to me. It was his fault. And that is one thing that helped me get through it as well, understanding that yes, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have stayed from the first time. I shouldn't have forgiven him, and I shouldn't have kept quiet. But just because I did all of those things doesn't mean that it is my fault. It's not. I did not hit myself. I did not throw myself against the wall. I did not do anything to myself. He did it. He is responsible for his own actions. Yes, I'm responsible for my reaction in staying, and I fully take it. Hence, I went to therapy. But it is not my fault. One. Two, okay, that was three. That was three. The support of friends was two. Another thing that also really helped was, okay, it didn't help. I tried it and didn't help. I spoke to, remember the family member that told me to go check in the room and I mustn't tell anyone. So I told her, I was like, bruh, I know I've been quiet all this time, but Ure Mysterio has been doing this and this and this and this and this and this to me. And she was like, oh, really? Oh no, he hits all his girlfriends. He's not the first person to complain. You didn't know? And I was like, excuse me? She's like, yeah. All the girls he's dated, they always complain that he hits them. You didn't know this? And I was like, I remember I was sitting with my friend and I looked at her and she was like, bruh, I'm done with this conversation. I don't want any part of it anymore. And I was just like, how easy is it for you to say that? So she then took the matter to another family member of theirs, and all he said was, no, Oasis is lying, because if he really did that, why would she still stay? Why was she still in the relationship? Why was she still visiting him? She's lying. And he said this to my face. He literally said this to my face. But when both he did that, yeah, and I was just like, you know what? Some battles are not mine to fight. And I was just like, okay, cool. So that didn't help. That should be a lesson. When somebody does anything to you, their family members will always take their side. Okay, let's not say taking sides. Let's say we always look out for them. They could be in the wrong and whatever, but you're not gonna win that battle at all. At all. I've even stopped eating. It stopped being a mukbang minutes ago. But anyway, yeah, I think speaking about it really helped. Telling myself that I am not to blame, and therapy. I keep saying one thing I would really like to just get out there. You know what's in this channel? We are family, right? We are family, and I love you guys. I think you guys love me. So I think that it could be a comfortable space where I can genuinely feel free to speak about my experiences, of which you guys have made me really comfortable in that. Like, I can tell you guys about anything and everything, and I know it will be received well, right? Obviously, unless it's like triggers or whatever. But one thing, as a family member, as your family member, and as your friend, I would like to really get out there is, once he does it, he's going to do it again. That is one thing for sure. And I know it's cliche because everybody always says this, but it's true. Once he does it, he's going to do it again. You understand? Get out the first time. And if you didn't leave the first time, it's okay. We all make mistakes. But leave before you lose your life. Because one thing is for sure, with everything that is happening in South Africa, why am I stuttering? With everything that is happening in South Africa, GBV is real, guys. Like, leave before you lose your life. If a man can hit you or manhandle you, he's capable of doing anything. He's legit capable, and with our justice system, he can get out scot-free. And and you're missing out. You understand? It's not nice. And you can always tell yourself that, no, I'll change him. He promised he wouldn't do it again. He will. Ndase, he will. You. Guys. One thing I'm glad is that I left that relationship with my life. You understand? I left that relationship before it got serious. And I'm glad. I feel like I could have left earlier. I could have avoided a lot of things. But I'm glad that I left before it got serious. Okay, it did get serious. You know what I'm trying to say, though? You know, before he killed me. I left before he killed me. That's what I'm trying to say. And I wish my sisters who are in abusive relationships could also leave before anything happens. Guys, in Dota, have you seen how men treat their cars? Like, no matter how old the car is, to them it's like a prized possession. You understand? Because that's how men are. When they really care about you, you are their prized possession. They'll treat you njengekanda. They'll treat you like this thing. Like an egg. You understand? The minute he doesn't treat you like an egg, he's capable of doing anything. And I don't think you should stay to find out what he's capable of doing. The minute he even lifts a finger, the respect is gone. 1.1. The respect is gone. Once respect is gone, and he will hit you. Yo, guys, I don't know how to explain for those who don't understand. I don't know how to explain how it feels. You know, when we're young and our parents hit us, multiply that by 100. You understand? You probably don't. But I really wish I have gotten to a point where I realize that I gotten to a point where I realized that as females, saying that we wish men can change, we wish they could stop doing it. So wish us this because I was Wednesday. So wish us it take nini. And lezo wishes the sneakers are false hope. It gives us false hope. I wish we could then just see a situation for what it is and remove ourselves. The minute he lifts a finger, I wish you could remove yourself. Because akazuyeka. Kokwesithandathu ndithetha le nto, it's the 17th time I'm saying this. Akazuyeka. Anyway, on a lighter note, and I didn't even scratch the surface of this food. I think I had like a few things, but like still a lot of it. And yeah, that is the end of my video. I'm so sorry for the people that I've triggered. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. In the comments, please do not say that you are sorry that this happened to me. Please, I'm begging you. You can say anything else. You can make fun of the story because I make fun of it all the time. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.